Cherry is now out on Apple Plus. I think it's called Apple Plus. Apple TV, whatever it's called. It's made by Apple. This is starring Tom Holland, directed by the Russo brothers. And it's all about this young man who is struggling in life, goes into the army, and then we see the consequences afterwards. Now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I felt about Cherry, sorry. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash that like button, hit subscribe as well, and let's jump into this review.
Perfect.
Okay, what do I think of Cherry? Look, a lot of potential. I can tell you that now. A lot of potential in this film to be absolutely fantastic. However, I don't think this is a good film at all. I really don't. The biggest problem with this film is it doesn't know what it is and what it's trying to do. It has no idea. I sat there and I was watching Cherry and I was thinking to myself, I just watched 3 films smashed together into one. Just pick one of them. The first bit is all about a young guy who's struggling to find jobs and make his way in the world and that. And then it shifts to, which I think is probably the strongest part of the film, is when he's in the army and dealing with the effects of what is happening, how he's dealing with certain things that happen to his friends, moving to the transition of having the stress afterwards, coming back from war, dealing with all that stuff, which I thought was really, really good and really, really powerful, to a drug story. There's no cohesion here. It does not feel like one big story. It just feels like, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Let's put these 3 movies together, even though they don't work together. And I was kind of like, why did you just do that? Made no sense whatsoever. The story is jumbled. It's jumbled all over. The pacing is terrible. I really felt this. Okay, so when I watched the Snyder Cut, that felt like 3 hours, and it's a 4-hour movie. This felt like a 4-hour movie. It felt like it was never gonna end. It just, especially the third part, the drug part, that to me was just like dead. It was dead. By that time I was like, I'm not interested in any of this anymore. Like, come on, can we just finish this? Now the best part to me was when he was in the army. However, it is so quickly paced that I have no time to process what actually is the effects of him when he returns. That's a big issue, because I think the way that they were portraying him coming back from war was actually really strong and really good, but never was flushed out. It was just kind of like, oh, look, he's having a nightmare, boom. Oh, look, he's having a nightmare, boom. Oh, look, he's having a nightmare, boom. Now he's having struggles with certain things in life, and then bam, we're straight on, and now he's automatically like a drug addict, and now we're in a drug story. And I think that really hurt the film. I think if they really focused on the military side and him coming back and get rid of that crappy drug stuff, and it's absolutely garbage. I tell you what, is the most boring part of this film. And I think you had such a good concept and a good potential story to be told of him and his marriage, them struggling together, that you could have told, that you could have flushed out. But unfortunately, you just skipped over so quickly, and I'm like, what? Why? And then we go into the next bit of robbing banks and taking drugs and doing heroin and, you know, being a drug addict and that, and then going to prison, getting clean, coming back out. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Like, you have such a good story. And it hurt. It really, really hurt. But also what happens is the characters. The characters are just, I just don't connect with them. I try to connect with Tom Holland's character. I really did. Look, Tom Holland, I thought, was good in this film. He was good with the material he was given. But the material, the writing, just everything about it was just so uninteresting no real like emotional attachment, because the pacing, 1 minute it's like all the important stuff, they just is paced so poorly. It's so quick that I don't have time to actually process and develop feelings towards what is happening and being able to grab that connection emotionally to my main character. And that's an issue, because if I can't have that connection with him, it's a problem. Because then how am I supposed to care about everything going around this character and that? The only time I actually establish some form of connection is when we get to the military stuff, when he's in the army. It's because I have personal experience with that stuff. So I can gradually attach to that sort of concept a lot more without having it to be fully flushed out. But they don't dive into that enough. The start is just... It's just, oh my god, there's so much potential. Like, this is the problem. This is just, it's so much potential that just was not executed at all. I do not know what they were thinking when they were doing this film. It seriously, if you've watched this film, I'm very interested to know if you guys felt like you're watching 3 separate films mashed into one big one. Because that's really what I got. And just, there's so many boring parts and unlikable characters that I just do not care about. And like the whole, like with the mother of his wife, like there's a big story that could be told there when they get into the drug part that they just brush over quickly, and I'm like, there's no real consequences of what's going on, nothing, and it's just, oh, I mean, yeah. So let me know what you guys thought of Cherry. Did you love it? Did you hate it? I personally don't think it's a good film at all. It's one of the worst films of the year so far. So much high potential, but unfortunately they really failed miserably here. Absolutely failed. They had such a good thing that they could have done, just couldn't do it. So let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are on Cherry. Smash that like button as well. Every like helps me out. Don't forget to click subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.